To pay respect to the Buddha, let's recite Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we will teach Dwara Sangaha, Dwara doors, the compendium of doors. One chart is a 5-door process, after that a mind-door process. So later we will teach those process. So now we will jump. So the third chart is a Chakku Dwara. Chakku Dwara is Aindo. Chaita is 46. I think now we should not try to know 46. Only I want to teach what is Chakku Dwara, what is Aindo. Aindo is eye sensitivity into the eye. That is we call Aindo. And Iyado, Sota Dwara, Iyado. Iyado is ear sensitivity into the ear, one kind of rupa. That is Iyado. Why we call door? Door is usually people come in, come out. So in the same way, from our eye, ear, the objects come in, come out, or the mind come in, come out. So because of this eye sensitivity, ear sensitivity, etc., those are like a door. Because of this, we call doors. Next one is a Gana Dwara, nose door. Nose door is a nose sensitivity into the nose, one kind of rupa. Jainwa Dwara, tongue door. Tongue door is a tongue sensitivity or tongue translucency in the tongue. Kaya Dwara, body door. Body door is a body sensitivity or body translucency in the body. Mano Dwara, mind door. Mind door is the last sleeping mind. When cognitive mind arises, sleeping mind stop. So the last sleeping mind, last Bowenga is we call mind door. Mind door, what is a mind door? Mind door is a Bowenga mind or sleeping mind. Because a new object comes from that Bowenga. Dwara Vimutta, door free. Door free is 19 Padisandi Bowenga Chuti. Those are called door free. Why we call door free? Padisandi is the beginning point of life. So Padisandi is itself is door. Bodhisanti is one kind of mind door. So they not come from the door. At that time there is no door, the very beginning point. So we call it door free. Bowenga is itself is mind door. So not coming from the door. Originally he is himself door. Judy is the last one. That is also we call not coming in from door. They are also like it itself. They are doors. Because of this, these are we call door free. Actually, Bodhisandi, Bhavanga, Chuti is the same type. Bhavanga and Chuti, Bhavanga and Bodhisandi, those are the same type. Because of beginning point, we say Bodhisandi, relinking. Because of the ending point, we call Bhavanga, Chuti. So, only you need to know what is eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, mind door. Now I think that is enough. Next one is Aramana Sangaha, Compendium of objects. What is the objects? 6 objects. Ruparamana Kala objects. What is that? That is a Kala, one kind of Rupa. In Bali we call Vona. Sadaramana, sound object. What is a sound object? Sound, one kind of Rupa. Gandharamana is a smell object. That is a smell. That is a one kind of Rupa. Rasaramana, taste. When you eat you can feel taste. That is also one kind of Rupa. These Rupas are objects. The mind can take those objects. Next one is a Puttaparamana, tangible object. Tangible object is something you can touch. So, what is a tangible object? Are the elements, fire element, wind element. These 3 elements we call tangible object. If you touch something, maybe earth, maybe fire, maybe wind. What is strong? For example, you touch hot water, you can feel hot. That is a fire. Some from the fan, the wind blow you. You know that that is a wind. So if you touch on the ground, other element is more obvious. So these 3 are tangible objects. Dhammaramana, Dhamma object. Dhamma object is all other objects except previous 5 or previous 7. So 21 Rupa, originally 28 Rupa, but minus 7 above, so only 21. Chaita, 89 or 121. Cetasika, 52. Nibbana is a Nibbana, timeless. For the Nibbana, we cannot say present, future, past, so timeless. Panyati, concept or conventional, that is also timeless. Timeless is cannot say past, present, future. So because of just concepts, just a name. Name is nothing. Because of nothing, cannot say past, present, future. So now, do and aramana. In the eye door, ruparamana appear. And that is also present only. With your eye, you cannot see past kala. Past kala you cannot see. Present kala only with your eye can see. So in the eye door, ruparamana present appear. So ear door, sadaramana. That is also present sound only we can hear. Past sound we cannot hear with ear. With the mind you may hear. But with the ear you cannot hear the sound which is past. So Gandha, nose door and Gandharamana. they are together appear. Tang, do, and rasaramana. Rasaramana also present. Your tongue cannot taste previous taste with your tongue. Only with, but with your mind can mix the food which you have experienced. So next, body do and putta paramana. With the body we touch tangible object. So mind do and all 6 aramanas. So mind do, in the mind do you should know all 6 aramana, 6 objects can be in mind do. So with the mind you can think color, you can think sound, you can hear sound, you can get a smell with the mind, taste also with the mind you can feel, tangible object also with the mind you can get, the other object also with the mind. So in the mind door, all objects can appear in the mind door. Even present, past, future, timeless. Accordingly, according to books I write, many detail have. So here, just briefly only. So, dwara vimutta, door freed. Door freed is a patisandi bhavanga chuti. All 6 aramana possible. For the patisandi, for the bhavanga, for the chuti. So, here, according to this table, only you need to know what are aramanas, what are objects, what are doors. Only need to know. Other 46, that is may not need now. Later I will teach. Next one is Vatu Singha, Compendium of Bases. Chaku Vatu, I'm base. Base means is the place of mind. Which mind? True unconsciousness. True unconsciousness arises on the I'm base. So Sota Vatu ear base. Ear base is ear sensitivity. The same. Before we use as a door, now we use as a base. Can say as a door because the mind come in, come out. Because of this, eye sensitivity are doors. So now we use as a base. Why we say base? This true consciousness arises on the eye base. Because of this, sometimes we use a base, sometimes we use a door. So the Ghana nose base. Nose base is a nose sensitivity, one kind of materiality. Which consciousness arises on that base? Two nose consciousness. One is a result of kusala, one is a result of akusala. Now we have learned in the Chaita section. Next one is a Jainwa Vatu, tongue base. The same. Kaya Vatu, body base. Body base is a body sensitivity, one kind of rupa. Which mind arises on that? Two body consciousnesses arise on the body base. Hadaya Vatu, heart base. Remaining in 75. Remaining in 75 consciousness arise on the heart base. So most of mind arise on the heart base. Without base, for arupa vipaka. Because in arupa realm, no have hearts. Those are no materiality, only mind. Because of this, the mind in the arupa realm, immaterial realm, no arise based on base. So in this chapter also only you need to know what is eye base, what is ear, nose, tongue, body base. That is enough for future learning. So, next one. Next one is Nibbana, definition of Nibbana. So, ultimate reality is, you may remember, 4 kinds of ultimate reality. One is Chaita. You have learned Chaita is 89 or 121. Number 2 is Chetasika. Chetasika is how many? 52. Yeah. Number 3 is Rupa. How many? 28. Number 4 is Nibbana. So what is Nibbana? Well, how define about the Nibbana? So Nibbana is a Lokottara, supramundane. Lokottara is Loka and Uttara. 2 words are combined. Loka, world. What is a world? Upadana Khanda, clinging aggregates. All the worlds, according to Brahmata view, ultimate view, clinging aggregates, which are objects of asava taints. Uttara is Adhika, another Pali, Sapas. So Lokottara means surpassing the world. Because Upadana Khanda are objects of asava. Nibbana is not an object of asava. So Nibbana is surpassing the world. In this case, you may need to know asava taints. What is the taints? Taints is especially ignorance, wrong view, greed. These are taints. Why we call it taints? Why we call asava? Asava originally alcohol is asava. How to do alcohol? Some materiality makes have to keep a long time. Later become alcohol like that. So in the same way, in our body, ignorance, wrong view, and greed, those bad phenomena are long times ago in our body, keeping long time. So for us, those are like alcohol. So this asava means avijja, ignorance, deity, wrong view, lobha, greed. So in the world, everything we can take as an object with those avijja, greed, and wrong view. Something we see, we don't know as a materiality mentality. We know as a man, woman, like that, car, house. That is the object of avijja. Sometimes we want car, we want house, so greed. Greed take object, worldly things. But Nibbana is cannot take like that. Cannot take Nibbana as an object with avijja, wrong view, and greed. So if someone see Nibbana, cannot have greed, beyond the greed. I want to get Nibbana too much, not possible. Like that. Greed desire a bit different. Desire is just want to get. Like in the scripture mentioned, the archer want to shoot. At that time, he take the arrow. He take the arrow to shoot only, not to hold. Like that. Greed is to hold. So Nibbana is cannot be objects of the greed. So beyond greed, or beyond ignorance, beyond wrong view. So that means Lokottara. So next Pali word says Chatumagga Jnanena Sajjika Dabban. Nibbana is to be realized by the knowledge of the 4 paths, the 4 Magga. So when someone gets Magga knowledge, at that time can see Nibbana. Next one, Magga Phalana Maramana. In the scripture mentioned like this. Nibbana is the object of Megha Phala. Megha is a path knowledge. Phala is a fruition knowledge. At that time we know. Next one, departure from craving. Nibbana is a Nirvana. Vana is a craving, Ni is a departure. So Nibbana is a departure from craving. Actually, departure from every evil. But only important then say departure from craving. So with the crave, we can take object. We can take a worldly thing as an object. But we cannot take Nibbana as an object with the craving. So Nibbana, that means is a departure from craving. Next one is three aspects. Saunyata, Animata, Abnihita. Saunyata, void. Two meanings. Emptiness of raga, dosa, moha. In the Nibbana, no have raga, no have dosa, no have moha. Emptiness in two ways, association and object. So, Nibbana is emptiness, raga, dosa, moha. How to empty? Two ways, association and object. For example, we give a Dhamma talk. Sometimes our mind may associate with the greed. For example, giving a Dhamma talk is some to get kusala, some to be famous. For example, to get many gains. If so, even in giving in Dhamma talk, that is can associate with greed, like that. So, Nibbana is once you get, cannot associate such a thing. So, for example, the food we eat is by seeing the food, we can take as an object with the greed. Some food are not healthy, but we want to eat. That means we associate the food with the greed. So the food can associate with the greed. Some because of nutriment we eat. That is we not mean associating with the greed, craving. So Nibbana is you cannot get like that. Just with pure mind only can take as an object. So that is cannot associate also cannot do as an object. Raga cannot take Nibbana as an object. Very different. Dosa cannot take Nibbana as an object. So Nibbana and Raga cannot associate or cannot associate as an object mind, like that. In this two way, the emptiness of Raga, dosa, moha. Raga, dosa, moha. So next one is being devoid of all sankhara, emptiness of sankhara. Sankhara means conditioned things, especially worldly things or worldly chaita, cetasika, rupa. These are we call sankhara, conditioned things, because of cause arise. So our body, our car, house, all are because of condition arise. If you can do vipassana, all are arising and vanishing. This is a cause, this is the effect you can do. Nibbana is not like that, no arising and vanishing, also no cause. Because of this, Nibbana is being devoid of all sankhara. So next one is animata, signless. Being devoid of the signs of raga, dosa, moha. No have the sign of raga, the sign of dosa, the sign of moha in the Nibbana. Being devoid of signs of all kilesa, no have kilesa signs. So if you take some object, may have raga signs. Oh, I want to get that. That is beautiful or what like that. Nibbana, by seeing a Nibbana, cannot take as a sign of raga, dosa, moha. Next one is apanihita, desireless. Here desire means loba. No desire of raga, dosa, moha, not desired by craving. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. In the Nibbana, by seeing Nibbana, cannot appear within us. Raga, dosa, moha cannot appear within us. Next one is achuti, no chuti, deathless. Nibbana is deathless. All materiality, mentalities are in the worldly thing, has to die always, rising and vanish. Nibbana is not like that. Next one is achanta, beyond the end, endless. For all conditioned things, sankhara, they have an end because they arise due to conditions. So when the conditions cease, they also cease. But Nibbana is unconditioned, so it does not end with any conditions. Next one is asankata, unconditioned, not formed by any cause, meaning is no cause. Anuttara, not uttara, nothing more superior than Nibbana, unsurpassed. Nibbana is the highest object, the highest one. The Buddha also mentioned Nibbana Brahman Sukha. Nibbana is the most happiness. The most happiness. Next one is by its nature, Nibbana is the only one, peacefulness. But by distinction, 2 types of Nibbana. Sa Upadi says Nibbana. Sa together with, Upadi aggregates, Saha Sesa leftover from the eradication of defilements. Nibbana together with the 5 aggregates remaining without defilements. Like that, the Buddha get attainment under the Bodhi tree. After that, the Buddha teaches Dhamma. I got Nibbana. So the Buddha is not yet dying, but he say I got Nibbana. That Nibbana means he has 5 aggregates, result of previous karma, just a result, but no more kilesa, no more kilesa, no more defilements in his body. And that Nibbana is Sa Upadi Sesa Nibbana. He's still alive, but he say I got Nibbana. So next one is nobody says Nibbana. Nibbana without any aggregates remaining after the Buddha passed away. So that Nibbana mean no aggregates. So 2 kinds of Nibbana. Sometimes in the scripture use Khanda Pri Nibbana, Kilesa Pri Nibbana. Kilesa Pri Nibbana is ceasing defilements, ceasing of defilements, or cease of defilements. So under the Bodhi tree, the Buddha got attainment. All defilements are stopped. That is what we call Kilesa Pri Nibbana. Kilesa already died, but the person, the 5 aggregates, result of previous karma still have. That Pri Nibbana means Kilesa Pri Nibbana. But when the Buddha passed away, at that time we call Khanda Pri Nibbana. All aggregates are ceased. Yeah. So more definition according to Brahma Nimandana Sutta. Vijnana can be known, or Nibbana is can be known. Nibbana is that which can be known with the Mega Phala Pechavakana knowledge. Mega is a path, Phala is a fruition, Pechavakana is a reflection or reviewing. When such a knowledge gets, we will see, we will know Nibbana directly. So because of this, we call Nibbana Vijnana, like that. Next one is Anidasana, can't be seen. Anidasana is can't be seen. What? With what? With the I consciousness, or naked eye. Naked eye. Cannot see with the naked eye, like that. Can't be seen. So Vijnana is can be known, Anidasana is can't be seen. Can be known and can't be seen. Can be known is with special knowledge. Can't be seen is with the naked eye. So next one is Ananda, no ends of Upada, rising, Vaya, perishing. Ananda, not Anda. Anda is end, boundary. All conditions things or worldly things has one end or boundary where they arise and another end where they perish. Because all things, for example, our life, arising in time have, perishing in time have. So in this side have reborn, in that side have died. So they have end. Nibbana is not have such end. So other mentality, materiality are one part are arising, the other part are perishing, have such end. For the Nibbana, no have arising boundary, no have ending in boundary. Because of this, Nibbana is Ananda. Next one is Sabbatopapa. Two definitions. No other Dhamma can be brighter or pure than Nibbana. Sabbato is completely, Papa is light. Nibbana has complete brightness, radiance. Nibbana is once someone see Nibbana very bright. Because of this Sabbato Papa. No other things brighter than Nibbana. Next definition is can attain to Nibbana from many ways. No, one way. Sabbato is all directions. Baba is a river bank. So Nibbana has its bank in all directions. Can go into Nibbana in different ways. That means for one who wishes to enter into the river, he needs to enter through the river bank. Because Nibbana has its banks in all directions, so one who wishes to enter Nibbana may enter from any directions. It means one may attain Nibbana through any one of 38 or 40 samatha kammatthana, tranquility meditation. For example, meditation with the kasina way also you can go into the Nibbana. First of all, you practice kasina, later go vipassana, can get. Asubha, you can start from Asubha meditation. After that, practice vipassana, can go Nibbana, like that. Yeah. You practice Anapana, after that you practice vipassana, can go to Nibbana. That means is many Nibbana has many banks in different directions. That is the definition. Next one is Nanu Buddha, can be experienced by Sakaya Deity, personality views. That words the Buddha used like that. One Brahma, very powerful Brahma. He think he know everything about the world. He know about the human, hell, Deva, Brahma, everything he know. He think everything he know. So he think himself, I'm the most one in the world. Like that. But when he meet the Buddha, they do competition. So he asked to the Buddha, why I come here? How to come here? He asked to the Buddha. The Buddha mentioned what you have done, like that. Your previous lives, what, how to practice. The Buddha all mentioned. After mentioned all, the Brahma understand. The Buddha know like me. So at that time, the Buddha say another things. Sometimes I know is cannot experience with all you know. Cannot experience with all you know. So at that time Brahma say, oh, you know something but cannot experience with all. If you know something, can know with something. So you are speaking is not meaningful. This word use Ananu Buddha cannot experience. Sabadena Ananu Buddha cannot experience with all. I know something, cannot experience with all. Refer to Nirvana. With all means for the Brahma. Brahma thinking is I know Patavi, other elements. I know water elements. But Nibbana is not like other elements. Not like water element, not like a fire element, not like a wind element. Different from that. Different from worldly things. He know about the human. Nibbana is not like a human. He know about the Brahma. Nibbana is not like about the Brahma. So according to his knowledge, cannot know Nibbana. That means that I know something which you can. I know something which can be known with all. So at that time he complained to the Buddha. Oh, cannot know with all is that is nothing. How you know like that? The Buddha, that is I say because for you only. For me, I can know with something like that. So Nibbana is like that can't be experienced by Sakaya Deity, personality view, worldly view. With the worldly view cannot know Nibbana like that, beyond the worldly things. So I heard some story to mention about that fish and turtle. Turtle is go to the land. After coming back from the land into the water, he meet fishes. So at that time, the turtle say to the fish, "There is land." So at that time, fish make questions. Land, you know land is you can swim into the land. No, cannot. So if so, can you see each other through the land? Cannot see. Because fishes only experience he has into the water. According to his experience, always asking questions, or no, have to answer for the turtle, like that. Because land is different from water. So that story is a very good example to know Nibbana. Nibbana is beyond worldly experience. So because of this, most of the words we have craving, Nibbana no craving, like that. We have anger, Nibbana no anger. We have happiness, Nibbana is no have such a thing. So always no, like that. So because of this, some want to criticize Buddhism. Buddhism is a beginning point is can't be known beginning points. So Buddhist view are like that. They say can't be known beginning. Start not knowing. Start can't be known, or end nothing. They say like that because of that is explained in the scripture. Those words like that. So if you practice vipassana, everything you can see worldly things are rising and vanishing, or a small particle, even mentality, materiality. So Nibbana is wherever you see, before that you see like that rising and vanish, You see house arising and vanish, you see yourself arising and vanish, you see other person arising and vanish, small particle. So after practicing a long time, you see Nibbana different from that. Different from that is no rising and vanishing, very peace. Like a Savadobaba, you may see very bright. Nothing brighter than Nibbana. Nibbana. But that brightness may have some explanation. So I don't have about more definition books. May have because some teacher explained Nibbana is no color, no brightness. So because of wisdom produces the light. That they say, but I'm not sure about that. But according to commentaries explanation, Nibbana is bright, like that. Maybe possibility is, for example, you have torchlight to see something. But light is have, although the object not have. So you may see only light. Actually, light is no object, you are torchlight. Possibility is you see Nibbana is only you are Western light. Nibbana may not have a light. That is a possibility. But according to commentaries, explanations, Nibbana is bright. Because of your knowledge or because of that object is not sure. Anyway, at that time you will see very bright. So we finish the fourth the fourth ultimate reality. Now we will learn mind process. That is quite. I think. I hope you were interested in that. That is quite very practical to use. So, 22 rupa last for 70 mind moments. 17 mind moments or 51 self-mind moments. Body and vocal intimation, 2 rupa. Last for 1 mind moment. Jadi, upachaya, production, sandati, continuity, last for the first self-mind moments out of 51. Nechata, impermanence, last is for the last self-mind moments out of 51. Jarata, agent, decay, last for the middle 49 self-mind moments. So you may confuse a little, but only you need to know the rupas are last 70 mind moments. That is quite enough. So first of all, 5 door process. 5 door is eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door. These are 5 door. If you know eye door, you can do other doors. You can know other doors. So we will show eye door process. Atimandaramana, Dhararamana Vara, that is the name of process. P is past bhavinga. So like that, this is eye, this is object, color object. Color object, if there is eye sensitivity, if there is color object, if there is light, if there is attention. So if 4 factor complete, that process arises. What is the 4 factor? Eye sensitivity, color object, attention, and light. So this is a 4 causes. If there is a 4 causes, surely arise this process. Nobody can stop. Or if there is no this 4 causes, one of them failed. If so, nobody can create to have such process. So, color object touch eye sensitivity. At that time, this process arises. So originally start from the sleeping. Sleeping mind is a bhavinga. Sleeping is a bhavinga. Bhavinga, that is a sleeping mind. Between cognitive process, we are sleeping, always resting. Now also we are sometimes resting because sleeping in time is a very longer time. That is what we call Bhavanga mind, Bhavanga function, the continuity of life. So after that, Kala and insensitivity impinge at that time, still sleeping. Because of sleeping, that is what we call past Bhavanga. Past Bhavanga. First time, this is a one mind moment, this is a one mind moment. So in that time, touching the object touch our eye, now you wake up. One mind moment are sleeping. Although your eye is very good, although color object is very obvious, at least one Bhavanga is no you see at that time, no you wake up. So that is a past Bhavanga. After that, vibrating Bhavanga. Vibrating is Bhavanga, the same type, but vibrating is because of color impinge. Before Bhavanga is very stable, very quiet. Because a new object coming, vibrates, like nearly wake up. Next one is arresting Bhavanga. These are Bhavanga because of different situation. We call it past Bhavanga, vibrating Bhavanga, and arresting Bhavanga. Arresting is stopping, stop, the last Bhavanga. So you know you wake up, but 3 mind moment already gone. That is a very good, the best eye, or the most obvious object. So these are Bhavanga sleeping. So already mind is already become 3 times, but Kala, eye sensitivity is still alive, because these are materiality. These are mentality. Mentality is a short life. Materiality is a long life. So materiality no yet die, still have. After arresting Bhavanga, 5 door adverting consciousness. Pencha dwara vajana. Among 18 rootless chaita, 5 door adverting consciousness. Your mind advances towards new object. Before that, these Bhavangas are object is karma. Object is the object in the previous life, near at the moment. Our sleeping mind is not present object, past object. In the previous life, in the near death moment, we take one object. So our sleeping mind is such an object. So these are Bhavanga mind. Bhavanga minds are resultant consciousness. Because of this, very quiet. Even oneself cannot know this chaita. So like that, when you sleep, you cannot know I'm sleeping. Why? That is a resultant consciousness. Because of previous karma, that might appear, no reaction, just a resultant. Resultant consciousness are like that, the picture into the mirror, in the mirror. The picture in the mirror is no active. According to your action, has to appear. So resultant consciousness are like that, no active. So because of this, sleep like sleeping. Now, phyto-adverting consciousness is that is adverting is one kind of function. You know, you have learned functions, 14 functions. Among 14 functions, adverting function is one of them. The mind adverts towards a new object. So that phyto-adverting consciousness take this new object, color object, just turning, no other things. After phyto-adverting consciousness, next one is eye consciousness, Chakku Vijnana. Eye consciousness, what function it do? Seeing function. At that time, you see color object. Just seeing, but not yet know who and who, what and what. Just seeing, very early. So next one is receiving consciousness. Receiving consciousness is a sampatejana. You accept that object. Before you see something, later you accept. Just accept. That is a receiving function, among 14 functions. We have learned in previous paper. So next one is investigating consciousness, santirana. Investigating consciousness. Investigating is like checking. You check that object. Oh, what kind of object come like that? That consciousness check, invest, not yet decided, go on back. Like that. After that, determining consciousness. Determining is Ottabana, determining consciousness, or mind or departing the same. Mind or manodwara vachana is a two function it do. One is mind or departing consciousness, a departing function. One is a turning function. So this is one is a determining function, non-determining function. So determine is a decide, determined, or that object is good, or that object is not good. According to your determination, here will be Jawana 7 times. 7 times. Jawana is kusala or akusala. For us, akusala, 12 akusala may have greed, may have anger, may have delusion. Also may have kusala. Kusala is mahakusala 8 for us. So that is a very emotional stage, very high level of feeling. Because of this Jawana, because one consciousness arises 7 times. Like that you are running. Running is many steps, have a power. Only one step you cannot have a power. Because of one step. If you run step many, then says power come out. In the same way, consciousness arises 7 times, has much power. So that is the Jawana function. In Pali, in English, they translate impulsion. But what means I don't know very well. But Jawana means have a power, some power, like a running power. One step power and many step power is not the same. So that is karma. In that time we produce karma. If akusala, we will go to woeful states. If kusala, we will go to human and deva. Like that. After 7 times, the dharamana. The dharamana is a vipaka mind. Registration. 2 times arise. That's the vipaka mind is like a resultant consciousness, not powerful, very quiet. That is you run before, but later want to stop. Cannot stop suddenly. 1 or 2 steps have to go. So in the same way, nearly stop. After that, bhavanka come like that. So the materiality, color, object, eye sensitivity arise here. So mind is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So in that time, that materiality ceases. The mind is 17 times, but for the materiality, only one lifespan. So we measure the lifespan of materiality with mind movements. So one materiality lasts 17 mind movements. So this color object eye sensitivity sees here, sees, C-E, huh? C-E-A-S-E, right? Sees, maybe stop in that time, like that. So that means is one materiality lasts 70 mind moments. So all these chaitas take the kala object. This chaita also kala object. All these are kala object except bhavanga. Bhavanga is take object in the past life. After that also bhavanga sleep again. Sleep again. Sleep again, like that. So we see something like that, mind process arises like that, 5 door departing, unconsciousness, seeing, receiving, investigating, determining. After that, jhana, like that. So in that time, may not know very well, just see something. But don't know the name, don't know man and woman, like that. That is a later mind process continue. Mind or consciousness arise. At that time, later we know that is a man or that is a woman. What is his name? With the other mind process. So mind process just sees something only. No yet know other things. He has a term mind benefits. May not know. He has a term mind disadvantages, may not know, like that. Just see something in that stage. So here is a changeable. If this is a sound and ear, this is a ear consciousness. Ear consciousness. If this is a smell and nose consciousness here. If this is a taste tongue consciousness. If this is a tangible object and body consciousness. Here is a changeable. Other places are the same. So if so, eye door, ear door, nose door, tongue door, body door, finish. So like that. So according to object, these bhavangas take the object in the past. From here to there is take this kala object. Bhavanga is take the object in the past. That is about the object. About the mind, here, bhavanga mind is a 19 chaita possibility. Among 90, only one. That is a need to choose, how to choose. Like that. So 5 door departing is already only one, no problem. Unconsciousness, these are 2 consciousness, one of 2. Receiving consciousness is a 2. There is a 2. Investigating how many? 3. Yeah. Determining how many? Already 1. No need to choose much. This is 12 akusala also possible. 8 kamavachara kusala. 8 kamavachara kiriya. 8 kamavachara kiriya. 8 kamavachara kiriya. 12 akusala. 8 next one is a smile producing consciousness. 1 javana. Smile. 12 akusala, smile producing consciousness. 8 kamavachara kusala. 8 kamavachara kiriya. That is a javana. So the dharamana means dharamana is investigating consciousness 3. Kamavachara vibhaka is 8 or 11. Was one of them, but 2 chaita cannot arise at the same time. But we need to choose one of them. How to choose? Have the way. So that is this chaitas arise in the Indo. You can check this one. This 2 is 3, 5, 8. Oh, here is 10. Oh, 2, 10. So 1, 11, 11, 13, 16, 17, 17. Here 17. Here is 13, 21, 29. So 29. Here is 11. So 16, 17, 2, 4, 4, 5. Huh? So 57 chaita. 57 chaita, that is arising in the Indo. But these three are investigating in the same type. The same type, but different function. Here, that consciousness is arising by doing investigating function. Here is a registration function. Different function, but the same mind. The same mind. Different function, the same mind. That's we call it. We do this as a 10. That is not only Indo, Iado, Nosido, Dangido, all Chaita if combine 57. So that is we counting the door Chaitas. But anyway, only we may need to know briefly. For example, Bhovinga mind is 19. 19 Chaita can be Bhovinga. If so, one chaita we need to choose how to choose. So what is your patisandhi? Relinking consciousness. Bhovinga mind is the same as you are relinking consciousness. Kamavachara vipaka. So among 19, your consciousness is a possibility is Kamavachara vipaka 8. Among Kamavachara Vipaka 8. One of them. Next 5 no need to choose only one. But ear, nose, tongue, body is 2. Rasado kusala and rasado akusala. So if the object is good, you see something is good, that is a rasado kusala, you should choose. If you see something is bad, that is a rasado akusala. So you can choose one among 2. Receiving consciousness also the same. One is a rasado kusala, one is a rasado akusala. According to object, you should choose. 3 also the same. What is object, good or bad? But good thing is 2 then. One is with a neutral feeling, one is with a pleasant feeling. So if the object is very good with a pleasant feeling, normal good is with the neutral feeling. So here only one, no need to choose. Here is many there. We should choose. For example, if greed among 8, if anger 2, if delusion 2, if you do dana sila 8. For the arahanta, do dana sila, this 8. If you smile, if arahanta smile, this 1 possible. So if you smile now, this is among that with the pleasant feeling. Our consciousness are 12 akusala, 8 kamavachara kusala. That is a possibility. So we say in one mind moment there is 3 sub-moments. So this is one mind moment, but we have 3 sub-mind moments. One is arising, one is standing, one is finishing or perishing. One mind moment is 3 sub-mind moments. So all are 3, 70 times is 51. So for the rupa, we say rupa last 70 mind moment. Rupa last 51 sub mind moment. That means so rupa is longer than mind moment. So we will read the next sentence. 7 jhana in general. 6 or 7 times of jhana is normally 5 times in the near-death process. When we about to die. When we are about to die, only 5 times. Jhana is only 5 times, not 7 times. Mostly, normally, 7 times. Next one is during unconscious time, with the very weak conscious. At that time also only 5 times. That is about the rule of Jhana. Next one is Mahandaramana. Mahandaramana is the object is not so obvious. Kala object is not so obvious. Or another possibility is your eye is not so good. If so, PP, 2P, 1P, one also passed, another one also passed. You know you wake up. And that is possible. The other things are the same. If so, the last one is shorter and shorter like that. So next one is a PPP, 3P, past. So that is if so that object is we call Mahandaramana. Mahandaramana is Adi Mahanda is a very big object. Mahanda is only big object, not very big. Next one is a Braidaramana, very little object, not obvious object, or your eye is very poor. P, 4 times. Fast, no you wake up like that. So P, 5 times like that. That is the only differences. So we will jump, the next one is Adibraidaramana. Oh, many P. Many P. P. After that, vibrating. Vibrating. No, fight or adverting. After vibrating, sleep again. Just shaking. Because the object impinges your eye. Because the object is very soft. So just vibrating, like disturbing, you not see anything. After vibrating, it become bhavanga, like that. Sleeping also, now also, some object will impinge you. For example, in front of you are many objects. Sometimes this picture object may not impinge you. Because of this, sometimes you go back, other person may ask you, is there any false errors picture you see? I don't see. I don't see, although in front of you, like that. Because your attention is not enough. Awakening time also. Actually, that picture is always impinging you. But you don't pay attention. You pay attention other things. Although you go back, I don't see anything. Maybe sometimes it's just vibrating, like that. You pay attention other things. Although small objects are always may impinge you. Because of your eye poor or because of color very small, also you pay attention very little, anything possible, like that. So now next one we will learn causes of eye consciousness. Eye consciousness or eye process, eye sensitivity, color objects, light, and tension. This is the 4 causes to arise that process. If there is a 4 causes complete, surely arise. Nobody can stop not to arise. If one of them fail, cannot have this process. For example, you have eye and the picture have eye. If you don't pay attention, you pay attention other things, cannot arise, cannot see picture, like that. Next one is causes of ear consciousness, ear sensitivity, sound object, space, attention. The same only differences as space and light. Next one is nose sensitivity, smell object, wind element, attention. Wind element only. Next one is causes of tongue consciousness, tongue sensitivity, taste objects, Water element, attention. Water, if your tongue is very dry, cannot get a taste. Next one is the causes of body consciousness, body sensitivity, tangible object, other element. Something need to hard, to touch, attention. So next one is about the javana. If there is yoniso manasikara, proper attention, kusala javana arise. Oh, that is a rule. Rule is if there is a yoniso manasikara, you have this javana is a kusala javana. Can be. That is you need to practice kusala javana. If proper attention you have, yoniso manasikara is a proper attention or wise attention. If ayoniso manasikara, improper attention, akusala javana arise. For example, by seeing someone, if you touch, loba arise. If you radiate metta, 8 kamocchara kusala arise. Like that. Even you see Buddha, most of Buddhists get kusala, but for the Devadatta, want to fight. So dosa, object is the same, but attention is a difference. So if there is a proper attention, kusala javana, you should choose, you will arise. If improper attention, akusala javana will arise. Like that. So by seeing something, you may have attention, some attention. So here there are many flowers you see offered to the Buddha. You can think, oh, they have a faith, very good, sadhu sadhu. If so, you get a kusala. No. How they waste money too much? Can do like that. So if so, may arise anger may arise. So many things possible. So about the mind door process, about the 5 door we know causes. About the mind door process, we need what kind of object appear in mind. That is also a bit important. But some people, because some people are sometimes they see what and what in mind. When they meditate, what kind of objects appear, why they want to ask. So what kind of object can appear? One is experience. Experience is you have seen, you have heard, you have met, like that. What one heard? You have heard something. Next one is related to both 1 and 2. Not directly, have a relationship. So according to your experience, according to your what you heard, later other thing you can think. Not directly. Because of this, even in ghost, Western see ghost, Asian people see ghost is a difference, have a difference, like that. Because we have Asian thinking, Western is a Western thinking. And their ghost is different from our ghost. Like that. So related to our experience, related to what one heard. Next one is believing. Not really have, because of believing appear in mind. Some object appear in mind. So some devas, gods may have, may not have. But if they believe, may appear in their mind because of believing. So what one likes or dislikes. If someone likes very much or dislikes too much, may appear in mind. So sometimes that is may happen in our mind, especially in the dreams. Someone you like too much, but because of something cannot do, but in the dream appear. Dislike is also possible. Dislikes possible. So some housewives they say, some people say, in the dream, mostly they dream very important guests are coming, but nothing to cook. So in the same way, for the teachers, someone teaches something. Students come, but not yet see the scripture to teach. So such dreams may happen again and again. We don't like such a situation. We fear that because of this appear in mind. Next one is thinking. You think something very deeply. So because of this, some object may appear. Delight by deciding or thinking with the wisdom. That is with the wisdom, you think, you know accurately, and that is with the wisdom. Due to the power of karma, sometimes because of karma appear, especially in the near-death moment. Near-death moment, objects are come in the person because of power of karma. If someone has done a lot of agusala object will come. So like that. That is the power of karma. So due to the imbalance of elements such as flame, blood, wind, bind, that is according to Asian idea. So anyway, if there is any imbalance in our body, like a very fever at that time, very strange object come out because the body is not balancing. Next one is due to the power of devas. Deva show you some object can do. May right, may correct, may not correct. May not correct is one bandit maybe he trying to cut bigger trees. The tree deva doesn't like that bandit. So at that time, first of all, the deva show correct object. So because of saying Ali, people like that bhikkhu also very famous. He dreams something is very, he says something is very correct. So later the deva show very big event in the country will happen, some problem like that. So the whole country are very fear. Even can hear about that from the bandit. But they were at that time telling lie. So later king become angry when you say very fearful things for the country. So the king killed bandit like that. That is shown by Deva. So may correct, may not correct. But anyway, they can show objects. So the next one is knowing according to two kinds of knowledge. New border understanding according to the Four Noble Truths, but not penetratively. That is, you practice Four Noble Truths, you see materiality like a small pieces, nature, dukkha, anatta can see. That is according to Anubbodha Jnana. So later you may see Nibbana. So to see Nibbana, the Buddha not teach to see directly Nibbana, to look at, to find out Nibbana. Only need to discern the body, materiality, mentality. If enough, we see Nibbana automatically, penetratively, without doing anything, to see Nibbana. So that knowledge is, we say, penetrative knowledge. You trying to focus materiality, mentality, nature, dukkha, anatta only. You're not trying to focus Nibbana. But if enough, we see. Because of this, sometimes the Buddha say, to find out Nibbana, need to see in the body. Actually, Nibbana is not in the body, outside of the body. But to find out Nibbana is need to discern the body only. No need to find out outside. Later we know automatically, penetratively. That is a penetrative knowledge may appear in your mind. So that is these are the objects of mental process. So if something appear in your mind, you can check this. But another one left. Some scripture mentioned Bhava Nimitta. Bhava Nimitta is the sign of a future. future events. Some people can know earlier than future events, can know. So mostly those people are always, they recite Buddha's quality or some Dhamma. Especially recite Buddha's quality, Brahma chanting, always do. If so, they can see before events. So maybe that is sometimes shown by Deva, or maybe because of power or karma, possible, can see earlier than happened. So that is mentioned in another scripture. So according to time, we should stop. If there is any question, you can ask. Oh yes, according to base, 5 dot button consciousness is into the heart. Eye consciousness only into the eye. Only this one only into the eye. This Jada, this all are into the heart. So only that, this only into the eye. The other Chetas are into the heart. So if ear consciousness, ear and heart. If nose consciousness, nose and heart. Like that. Yeah. First of all, 5 dot button here. Bowenga also here, 5 dot button also here. Unconsciousness is here. So if you want to discern in the Vipassana stage, you have to hold 3 things. One is a heart base, one is an eye base, the other one is a color object. Hold these 3 things. Always you should try to impinge these 3 things. So whenever impinge these 3 things, this process come out. So you can discern mentality. At that time, because of knowledge, you can hold 3 things. Like a fire, from here, and the object. For example, you see Buddha image, that is the object, or eye, or heart. You should see together. So whenever impinge this process, the same time can hold. Can hold. 3 objects together. So at that time you can see the process.
The objects that appear in the mind, our past life, what we experience,
the object in the past, that is may appear, may not appear. Sometimes forget. Some very obvious events may appear. But for the human, we have stayed in the mother womb 10 months, quite long time. From young have to start. So possible to forget. Very much possible to forget. But some people can know. They have a Jadesra knowledge. Jadesra is can remember previous life. 1 life, 2 life, 3 life possible. So they can remember. Some people, most of people cannot remember. But anyway, we may have some effect. May appear. Yes, that is possible. Yeah. Okay.
Bante, just check. Just now you mentioned about Bhavanga. Is it taking the past life object or past object?
Past life object is in the near death moment of the past life. We take one object to produce this life. That object. That object is a long time ago also possible. Not only in the previous life, but mostly in the previous life object. For example, like that, this life, You do many kusala also. You may do many akusala also you have done. So in the near death moment, one object may appear. If it appear, for example, this object, you are like that, see this Buddha, this people, or this Bande, after that you die. If so, you die with the kusala mind moment. So you are Patisandi, future life, Bhavanga, sleeping mind, take this object.
So because I'm confused, because the Bhavanga take the same object
Yeah.
throughout our life.
Yeah.
So you'll be same object throughout the life? Or?
Yeah, the same object throughout the life until we die. So whenever we sleep, the same object. The same object.
Is it possible that you know what object we can't see with our wisdom eye? Or what?
Yeah, we cannot see that object normally without practicing. Because of that is Bhavanga mind is resultant consciousness. Bhavanga 19 is Kamavachara Vipaka, resultant. Rupavachara Vipaka, like that, all are resultant. Resultant mind is result of previous karma. So in the scripture mentioned the picture of in the mirror. The picture of in the mirror is according to your action, has to be itself is nothing active. So very quiet. Very quiet is only you if you sleep like you are very rest. No need to use your energy. The mind is very resting time, very quiet. Even ourselves we cannot know we are sleeping. So such a weakness, such very subtle mind is we cannot know. We cannot know ourselves. So to know that object, how we should practice. In the Vipassana time, after discerning mentality, materiality, internally, externally, we have to go back. We have to go back in the past life. So like that, yesterday, mentality, materiality, previous 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, go into the mother womb. At that time can see because of knowledge. After mother womb, you cross duty, death the mind moment. Before death the mind moment, I have 7 jhana. At that time is jhana, 5 jhana. Jhana is quite active, obvious. So instead of this sleeping mind, to go to there is more obvious. The same type. So at that time you can see your karma, what you have done. If so, you will see that object. If at that time you will understand our sleeping mind is that object. Like that. Because although that is a far, that is a active mind, kusala mind. Kusala mind. So our Bhavanga is the same as that jhana. That is jhana. This is a result, that is a cause. Cause is very active, can produce a result. Awaken, like that. So you do kusala now, very obvious, you can see everything. You can hear the sound, But because of this karma, you will get next life. If so, you are sleeping in mind is this object, the same. But very quiet, very quiet. Those minds are support each other very quietly. In Bhatana we call Vipaka Pachayo. Vipaka Pachayo is support very quietly in our body. Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Is there karma performed at the Chakudwara Viti?
Karma is only jhana stage.
So there is karma because
Yeah.
that it will be followed by Manodwara Viti.
Yeah, later Manodwara Viti will have. Manodwara Viti is after seeing something, that is a present object. Manodwara Viti is no present object. Like that, mind or departing consciousness, Jhana, 7 times. Like that. That is followed by Manodwara Viti. Object is the same but past. In that time present, for this mind time already past, because Kala already died there. 70 mind moment. After a few bhavanga, this mind process arises. The same object. This mind process, the same Kala object, but it is past. Like that. After also another mind process will come. Will come is what is that? Maybe that is a human. You see, at that time you will know it's a human. Later mind process may come. At that time, his name is what? Like that. So many mind processes are working in our body by seeing something. By seeing something. We are thinking it's just see and see, look at it and see. But in the mind, very busy. Like a computer, you press one button, but the computer is working very well inside. Like that. In the same way, you see something is very complicated in a bit of a way. So many thinking. Sometimes we are thinking where I meet this one, how much friendly I have stayed. I forget person, also name, like that. So later thinking, walking. Later we know name, or we have speech each other, what kind of speaking, like that. That is many mind process come again, like that. So karma is a jhana time only karma, very emotional stage. That is karma. These are not karma. These are mostly 5 dot parting is a kiriya chaita. Receiving unconsciousness is a vibhaka. Receiving also vibhaka resultants. Investigating also vibhaka resultants. That is a kiriya. And that's no kusala and akusala. Jhana time kusala and akusala.
Or even at the first moment of the idol process, karma already. Yes. But
although we say karma already, may weak very much because of past seeing. Later thinking only, especially in the mind only, quite powerful. Indo is not powerful. Indo iyado. Just see, just eat, here is not much problem because of later thinking only. Someone speak you badly, just hear no problem if you don't know much meaning. But after knowing meaningfully, so at that time anger come out, something like that. Like that. So I'm process, ear process is not powerful. Mind only much powerful. Yeah.
But the Bhavanga is 19 consciousness, right?
Yes.
But this 19 also can associate with mental factor, right?
Yes.
So it's more than 19.
Yes, 90 is that is a chaita, a kind of chaita. No mean chetasika. Chetasika is association of chaita.
So it's just 19.
Yeah, 90 is a chaita. Actually, among 90, one of them. In each associated with a few mental factors. For example, our mind is among 90, our consciousness is a possibility is 8 kama vachara vibhaka. 8 is like that, some are associated with the pleasant feeling, some are associated with the neutral feeling, some are with wisdom, some are without wisdom. So like that. Among 8, you have to choose one. That is a chaita. What is a chaita? Chaita is awareness of the object. Associating mental factor is, for example, 7 universal chetasika. Phasa, Vedana, Sanya, Chetana, Ekaka, Dajivi, Tendariya, Manasikara. These are the same. After that, 6 occasional may have After that, 19 beautiful chaita may have. After that, wisdom may have, may not have. Like that. So in each chaita, that is a chaita. Chaita is among 8, or may say among 19, one of chaita. This chaita is only among 19. This chaitasika is always. Some chaitasika only may have, may not have, for example, wisdom. Wisdom, our Bodhisattva may associate with the wisdom, may not associate with the wisdom. That is, may have differences, but these 7 are surely the same, like that. What do you want to say?
So for meditation,
Yeah.
so is it, for some people it's difficult to meditate because our bhavanga is, we don't feel at rest in meditation. We have to put effort. When we come out of meditation, we feel tired, even though we have a good meditation. Maybe because, is it because the bhavanga is, it's not our bhavanga, it's a different, we are trying to get another consciousness which is not, we are not comfortable with.
Bhavanga is, we say our bodhisattva, relinking consciousness. Relinking consciousness is if associated with the wisdom. That is a knowledgeable person. Starting point of our consciousness.
So people who have bhavanga with wisdom, their meditation improve very fast. Possible generally. But they also have some causes. For example, even Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva is have to practice 6 years to get attainment. Bodhisattva is the most knowledgeable. Why he has to practice 6 years? Because of his karma. He has said, Nada Buddha, if I will be Buddha, forget about 6 days, can practice 6 years, like that. Because of that karma, he has to last 6 years. So you may say, Buddha also very difficult to practice. That is not because of knowledge, because of karma. Some people are because of knowledge, some people are because of karma. Because of karma. So we cannot know because of knowledge or because of karma. Like that. But if we believe ourselves, because of some other things, we can think very sharply. If so, maybe I have some knowledge, maybe some way some things are wrong. If not improve. So many reasons. The weather you stay, maybe suitable, may not suitable. If it's suitable, that is more easy. If not suitable, not easy. If it's suitable, more easy. So you have to eat food in the meditation center. The food is suitable for you. If so, you will improve fastly. Like that. Many things, your association, your teacher, your environment, food. So that's also causes. So cannot say only because of knowledge. Even Buddha quite last to improve 6 years. So some bandits also like that. Some are very easy, some are quite long time. According to their karma, other causes also have. Yeah. But if someone Bhavanga not associated with the wisdom, that person cannot improve until jhana. That is surely. But that is, although she was not so much useful, just understanding. Not so much useful is we cannot know before improvement. Only when we get jhana, only at that time we can know ourselves. Oh, my Bhavanga is associated with the wisdom. Before that, although not improved, we cannot know. Because of wisdom or because of other causes, we don't know. So, like that, better is you forget about that is better. Just trying to improve. Yeah.
The Chitta Vritti is 17 mind moments. And if now I look at Bhante for say 2 seconds, it's about few 100 million Chitta Vrittis in series. So Bhante, may I know that how these 200 millions are joined together? Is it 17 by 17 by 17?
Yes. Interrupting by bhavanga. No, cannot rise. Cognitive mind is cannot rise more than 17. Yeah. Interrupting in bhavanga only. Yeah. Huh? Why like that for the fish, if there is no water, how to say? Land is how to say? For the turtle, like that. Nirvana is only because we know mentality, materiality only. That is our range. Nirvana is beyond our range. So only has to say, you know only mentality, materiality. Nirvana is no mentality, materiality only. We cannot say other things. No more consciousness and no more materiality. Cessation of mentality, materiality. In other words, cessation of suffering. Suffering. So you may fear the worry, oldness, sickness, death. So Nirvana no have such a thing. Only has to say no. No, something you know. Like that. So that means Ananu Buddha, Savadena, Ananu Buddha cannot experience with all. Something, the Buddha says, something I know is cannot experience with all. Like that. Because according to our range, always we want to make a question. Is there a man in the Nibbana? Is there a woman in the Nibbana? We ask. So every question we may say no. Like that. But a little bit, if you can practice vipassana a bit near, because at that time wherever you see, whatever you see, becomes small pieces, rising and vanish. So Nibbana is free from that. No have such a rising and vanish. Like that. And Nirodha Samapatti is like that. Stop mind. Mind stop. Chaita stop. Chaitasika also stop. Chaitaja rupa. Mind-born materiality stop. But what still have is temperature-born materiality have. Karma-born materiality have. Nutriment-born materiality still have. Not only the body, even the body still have. This body still have. Body is made of karma, made of temperature, made of food. But no consciousness. You not take any object. You don't know anything. Just sleeping is still taking object. But that is totally no mind. Also no mind-born materiality. Mind-born materiality is like that we shake here and there. That is a mind-born materiality. 7 days because of food. Because that is a fourth. After 7 days like that, Nirodha Samapatti is for the Anagami, for the Arhanta person. So when they do 7 days is, if they do more than 7 days, their nutriment will stop. After get up, will die. But within 7 days, they cannot die. They cannot die. After get up, will die. So what is the benefit? If he is a Nagami person, he cannot practice to be Arahanta. That is one reason. Another thing is, if he is Arahanta, he no have chance to give admonishment for the fellow monks. Usually after near to die, about to die, they teach Dhamma for the fellow monks, because at that time he is near to die. Although people know he is Arahanta, no problem, he will go away. Like that. Before, earlier than before, is if people know, everybody will approach him. Like that. So he got a property also. You may think Arahanta have a desire to get a lot of gains. If so, you will get akusala. So usually, if they near to die, they teach Dhamma. In the world, there is Arahanta. I will show you like that. I will teach you. They want to teach before death. So if they do more than 7 days, they may not have to improve their Dhamma or to give Dhamma. So that is their aim. So for the Brahmas may do more than 7 days. Brahmas and Devas. Yeah.
I'm curious to know, those who attain psychic power, will they be able to see their previous life?
Yes, surely she can.
Then if there's a case, they won't be putting so much effort to do the practicing, right?
So much?
So much effort to do the practicing of this, the 5 door or this, that what you are mentioning just now.
To see previous lives out of the Buddha's dispensation also have. These teachings are within the Buddha's dispensation can practice. That is more related to Vipassana. So to get such a psychic power is only need to get a jhana, need to practice 8 kinds of kasina. 8 kinds of kasina, many ways they do, from beginning to the end, from the end to the beginning, jumping or something like that. They have to do kananga. They have to tame mind until very powerful. After that, they trying to see past life. So they can see many lives, about 40 eons. 40 eons they can remember. That is outside of the Buddha's dispensation, at most. But within the Buddha's dispensation, because of practicing Vipassana, such a thing, they can see more than 14 eons. About maybe, I think, 1 million like that, or 100,000 eons they can see. That is a normal disciple of the Buddha. If a great disciple, more than that. If a chief disciple, many eons. For the Buddha, no limit. For the Buddha, no limit. So, if a practice these, then more knowledgeable. Outside of the Buddha's dispensation, not practice this totally, but still they can see, if at most 40 eons, at most, yeah. Okay, sharing merit. Repeat after me. Idame nyatina hodu Sukhida hundu nyadayo Idame punya Asawakaya Wahan hodu Idame punya Nibbanasa Bachayo Hodu Mama Punya Bhagam Sabba Sadhana Bhajemi Tesabe Mesama Punya Bhagam Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu